The following video is brought to you by Bachelor Pad Economics by Aaron Clary, the Pharaoh King Kickstarter, and Rated R, an audiobook. The links will be in the description below.
The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, Dion Green.
Baby, boys and girls, we're back at it here again, giving you your daily dose of bullshit. And I would say I'm force sensitive, but I think that's just my itchy asshole.
Thanks, Dane. That man chuckling in the background is the last standing Samoan Nick, you, Tam.
I know I'm force sensitive because I made the red light go green before while I was driving to work today. It has to be force sensitive. I have to be.
I don't know. That's the power of Pine Sol. And finally, Kendo Slice.
I am not force sensitive, and neither are any of you bitches.
So, it's been quite a week. A lot of shit's been going on for World Class Bullshitters. We had an epic stream with Ethan Van Sciver. We had, I don't know, that's probably about all the epic shit that happened this week. So we're back with World Class Bullshitters episode 116.
It was hella epic.
And actually, it's actually been a really good week for the channel. A lot of interaction with that whole Star Wars video about the financials and the Star Wars drama on the set of Solo: A Star Wars Story. So we've had all kinds of stuff to talk about with World Class Bullshitters. We're now going to put a bow on this week. So, tonight's show, we'll talk about Star Wars, Disney, blah, blah, blah. And actually, we're going to talk about the XMen. That's really what we're going to talk about the most tonight. But before we get into that, let me give a shout-out to the listener of the week, Drew Hughes. He's a longtime listener to the show. He contacts me all the time over the Facebook page, helps us out the best he can, and I really appreciate it. So, Drew, if you hear this, thank you very much. Also, a very special shout-out to our meme winner of the week. He won it last week. He won it again this week, Jason White. Not for a Dion meme this week, but for a Joel meme, which is probably the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. So I'll describe it to you quite easily, and then we'll have Nick tweet it out. It's a picture of Joel's face, and it says, 20 minutes into Netflix and chill, and he gives you this face. So it looks like he's trying to blow you. What would you do if that was Joel in person trying to blow you? Me, I would just tell him to shut the fuck up and leave. Anyway, though, you tell us what you'll do on Twitter, and maybe we'll read it next week. Now, before we get into the news, let's give a quick special shout-out to all of our new patrons this week. So, Paul Clark, August C. Sigger, John Jones. A very big special thank you to Kevin Adams as well as Ghetto Bible. And yeah, I love
The
that.
John Jones?
Yeah, the John Jones. Alpha Lurker, David Applegate, and Logan Montero. So thank you to all our wonderful new patrons. Folks, go to Patreon and check out all the new content we upload each week. This week's Patreon content is coming on Saturday as opposed to Wednesday because I had my Ethan Van Sciver interview and a couple other things that I had to get prepared for. I.e., I had to watch The Last Jedi special features on Blu-ray, and it really broke my soul. Yeah, I'm tempted to mail out this Blu-ray to one of our patrons, but I don't know if I want them to, hate me and then unsubscribe to our Patreon because I had their address. So,
That would be a good way to do it.
Listeners, tell me what you'd like me to do with my the only copy of The Last Jedi I have. If I don't get any really good, awesome ones, like if you say smash it with a hammer, that's not going to happen. If you say, launch it into the sun, yeah, gladly, if you can help me. So, let's make something like that happen.
We need to call Elon Musk. Elon, get us a small rocket that'll go to the sun.
Yeah, help.
Crush it up, and, sneak it into Phil's food.
All right, well, listeners, you don't have to give me any advice because Kendo just won. I'm going to slowly kill Phil with a copy of The Last Jedi.
That's right. That way we could sue them and be like, your movie killed the guy we know.
You killed our best friend, you bastard! And the judge's like, really, your best friend? Well, you killed a guy we knew.
Well, he's
one of our good acquaintances.
He's a friend.
He used to be on the show.
High up on the ladder.
Yeah. Fifth to last totem pole. Yeah, bottom. Sorry, guy. You quit the show.
Power bottom. He's the power bottom of your friend.
No.
God damn it. No. I don't even have the will to finish the show anymore. Shut up.
Kendo, you had one job, goddammit. One job.
I think I did a very good job. I got a laugh out of it.
Well, before we get into the news, let's take care of some business. Sometimes a book comes along to change everything. Horny Man Travis is writing one of those books. entitled Sex Motorcycle, is a deep study into the relationship between a man and his motorcycle. Crash, a book by J.G. Ballard, explores this topic. At what point do people become aroused by the inherent violence of the machinery it creates? Unlike that, there are books with considerably less accidents, though the accidents do increase the amount of tension inherent in this love between a man and his machine. In Sex Motorcycle, Horny Man Travis shows us how it has always been a part of life for many bikers. The love affair America has with the highway takes on the literal meaning is Travis puts his penis inside of his motorcycle's vagina. What originally was a way of showing freedom and independence takes on a subtle sexual tone.
God damn.
Travis, the protagonist, hides a secret. One day he discovers an old motorcycle in a mechanic shop that has a vagina, so one can fuck it while riding. Many questions come up from this initial tidbit of information. Obviously, the first one is, what happens after the fucking is over? For upon completion of the literal motorcycle sex, what does the rider do? Vibrations from the engine itself most likely increase the speed at which this critical act is performed. Do you want me to read more?
It gives a whole new meaning to crotch rocket.
God damn it.
How is this sexual act with the motorcycle hidden from others? Part of the dialogue indicates there is some suspicion from one of Travis's friends named Punchy. Punchy is named thanks to his straightforward, no punches pulled attitude. Punchy also punches a lot of people in the face. Keeping cool, Travis laughs off the inquiry. Later in the book, Punchy fucks the motorcycle, violating Travis's trust with the motorcycle. The motorcycle and Travis have a special bond The motorcycle and Travis have a special bond that becomes clear as the book progresses. In this world, the biker gang lacks any possible way of impressing these that oppose gender. What? One of the most sorely disappointed is Travis, a loser at the game of love. Upon his purchase of the magical pussy-wielding motorcycle, he starts to get laid by his own machine. Everything starts to go his way. He truly rides the motorcycle all night long. Love with the motorcycle becomes difficult. The motorcycle becomes pregnant with Travis's child. One of the best scenes is how Travis will deal with an additional mouth to feed. What will Travis's motorcycle human hybrid look like?
Do you feed it gas?
America's love of the highway becomes Travis's love of this vagina-wielding motorcycle. Eventually, the book becomes a mature meditation on how one man, previously in a biker gang, settles down with his fuckable motorcycle and raises a family. Sex Motorcycle is one part J.G. Ballard's Crash, one part Richard Yates' Revolutionary Road, and all parts fresh.
This is a real book, right?
I can't find it anywhere. I can't. I actually joined a fucking group that said it had it archived, but I couldn't find it. So, listeners, the only reason I read that is because I'm tasking you with helping us find Sex Motorcycle by Horny Man Travis, the entire text, because we need to fill out an away episode soon, and I would love for it to be Sex Motorcycle by Horny Man Travis. So, if you know where to find it, send us a copy. And now, on to the news, because next week, it's irrelevant. So how do we follow up Sex Motorcycles by Horny Man Travis? We talk about Star Wars The Last Jedi.
I'd rather talk about the sex motorcycle.
I know. The machine you're going to fuck. Anyway, Laura Dern says her Star Wars The Last Jedi character was Force-sensitive.
Of course.
God damn it.
Here's the thing. Here's my beef with this bullshit. Besides, the obvious. Why are all the women Force-sensitive, and why are they all white?
That's the thing, right? Because they're like, oh, well, we got motherfucking being, diverse and shit. But all the main ones, the big ones that were randomly going to change their story after the movie, after giving no indication during the actual fucking film, they're the white ladies. The colored lady, she's the mechanic, and she likes the black guy.
And the black guy likes her.
Which I don't blame him. I mean,
Yeah. But I mean, like, that's the thing. Is like, why are all the women? Why are they white? And why are they all force sensitive? Like, why is that a thing? Like, I thought the Force was for everybody, not just white women.
Well, these Star Wars movies aren't for anybody because they have disappointing returns. It seems like one of our listeners, Stephanie, was talking about how I think she said last night during our live stream that it debuted at number 5 on the charts. So Maybe it's not. I think from what I've heard, I have no factual information to report yet, but it doesn't look like The Last Jedi's #1. I think Jumanji's going to beat it. So good.
For what, the year?
No, for home video release.
Oh, okay.
So I'll get more into that later, but this bullshit article comes from Entertainment Weekly, and it says, there was always something enigmatic and ethereal about Vice Admiral Amilyn Holdo.
Oh,
no. But it turns out something more was at work. Lorna Doone has revealed that her violet-haired resistance leader, like Leia Organa herself, was force-sensitive. Where the fuck did it say that in the movie and or the book?
Did you say her name was Lorna Doone, like the cookie?
Yeah.
Awesome. I like those are good cookies.
Yeah, but Laura Dern's a shit actress.
That's right.
Even after multiple viewings, there are still surprises to discover about The Last Jedi.
Not really.
No.
What?
The surprise is that you actually spent 2 hours watching this fucking thing.
Yeah, and you spend more than that, then, like, you're a horrible person. What the fuck?
Look, I'm not going to read any more of this article. The point is, this is a fucking...
from Entertainment fucking Weekly.
No, the point is, this is a promotional tool to sell you the Blu-ray. It goes to talk about how the Blu-ray was released on Tuesday, and this is a more puff piece to get you to go out and buy it. Look, listeners, don't buy the fucking Blu-ray at all. Don't. You know what? I'm going to tell you guys this. Next week, I got a video that's going to come out and tell you everything on the special features disc, so you don't have to spend the money at all. I have like 16 pages of notes written down about the documentary and all the deleted scenes, and I can tell you about all of it and save you $24 and tell Disney to go fuck themselves. Take that $24. If you're old enough, go buy a beer. If you're not, I don't know what to do with your $24.
Get somebody to buy.
No. Here's what you do. You buy a World Class Bullshitters t-shirt and support the channel. That's what you do.
Yeah, what he said. We'll get a whole $7 out of it.
There you go.
We'll buy a beer with that $7.
There you go.
Sign up for Patreon at the $5 level, 17 cents a day. You'll get tons of content, and with the remaining $19, go out and buy a case of beer or a 30-pack if you buy the cheap shit, and drink that and listen to all of our stuff.
Yeah, you get like 3 hours a week bonus content over on Patreon, as well as World Class Bullshitters After Hours. So, maybe we'll give you a sex motorcycle reading if we can find it.
Or at a certain level, we'll just give you a sex motorcycle.
Yeah. I mean, if you can donate, was it like $8,000 a month, we'll go out and buy you a Ducati, and we'll have a special fleshlight installed. And
just buy you a pocket pussy to sew onto it.
Yeah. We'll sew it on for you, but once you stick your dick in there, your warranty is null and void, so do not bring it back.
I'll see. I'll smile.
Keep that shit to yourself. So, the article just goes on to suck this movie's dick some more. Laura Dern wasn't force sensitive in this fucking movie. She was a straight up asshole. Like, there was nothing redeemable about her. She didn't come off as... Here's the thing, if she's force sensitive, why did her ass die?
Not only that, now if she's force sensitive, so one, she wasn't smart enough to be like, hey, let's get them the fuck out of here before we lose half of our fleet. She wasn't force sensitive enough to be like, hey, our best pilot is doing something behind our backs and he's not following orders. She sure as shit isn't not force sensitive to be like, oh wow, Rey's not on the other fucking ship. Let's go get her. And she sure as fuck wasn't force sensitive enough to be like, hey, you're about to get shot at by a goddamn Star Destroyer. Let me do something about that. Oh wait, I'm gonna wait until 5 of the ships get destroyed. But she's force sensitive, so I guess it means she just gets a little bit horny when there's a grown man around her and she doesn't know how to fucking talk to him. She just goes, you're hot, or some shitty line. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Are you P. Diddy or are you having a stroke?
Well, the movie made me had a goddamn stroke, so I guess
okay, just checking
perfectly. But that's and she knows how shitty it is because she waited for this shit to come out.
Yeah.
Like, come the fuck on.
She's not force sensitive. She's just sensitive.
Yeah, and her nipples. That's where she's sensitive.
Oh boy,
she's pregnant. Oh, that's why her hormones were off the charts. That's why she was unlikable. So when the Empire killed her, the First Order killed her, they took 2 lives. All right, well, at least she won't procreate.
Hooray!
Yeah.
That's
no
how they
more
do
holdos.
space abortions or spabortions.
Spabortions.
We should just make a list of like.
Keep our hands off her space womb, her swoom.
I'm okay with all these things. We can make our list of space things.
I know. I love it every time.
That'll be a t-shirt. The official World Class Bullshitters list of space portmanteaus.
Yeah.
There you go.
They're the worst portmanteaus, but god damn it, they're ours.
Yes, they are.
Right. We own that shit.
Well, let's keep talking about Star Wars. Here's one that'll make us laugh. Mark Hamill worries about too many Star Wars films.
No, wait. What's the over-under on that he ends up recalling his fucking comments now and goes, well, I didn't mean it like that.
I'll give you 7 days.
7 days? I was gonna say a month.
Ooh.
I'll give you till the end of this episode.
I give you 2 weeks. I give you 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it happens in New Orleans, Kendo, you're buying us a beer. We'll all share that beer, but you just buy a beer and we'll all share it.
I don't think that's how it works. If I win, I'm supposed to get something, not lose something.
Yeah, you win our friendship.
Yeah,
man. What more do you want? Jeez.
You know, I haven't been friends with you guys this whole time.
That's not the point. Don't.
And it's not. I'm just gonna say, fuck it. I'm out.
Blood in, blood out, motherfucker.
All right. Calm down.
Hey, the only way you're leaving for World Class Bullshit is in a pine wood box, goddammit.
Oh, I'm fully okay with that.
Yeah, you ain't going anywhere. We don't need a replacement for this show anytime soon.
Right. That's true.
All right, so this garbage article comes from Comic Book Resources. Lucasfilm is nothing if not ambitious. In addition to at least one more main saga film, other upcoming Star Wars projects including Solo: A Star Wars Story, several live-action television series, including one written and produced by Jon Favreau, a potential Obi-Wan Kenobi standalone film, plus other rumored spin-offs, a new trilogy overseen by Rian Johnson, and a new series of films written and produced by Game of Thrones showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. With all that in mind, Luke Skywalker actor Mark Hamill is beginning to wonder if perhaps Star Wars is pushing the endurance of its fans a bit too far. I will say they should pace themselves, because you don't want to oversaturate it. Well, Mark, that's already happened. I said to Disney, really? 5 months after we come out, Solo: A Star Wars Story comes out? Can you at least wait until Christmas? But they've got things booked. They're doing Marvel and their own movies, so it's beyond my purview.
Well, I mean, not to mention Wrinkle in Time as well. Like they did, like it's fucking ridiculous. Like there's like
and Black Panther before that.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, I just give them everything at once. It'll be fun, it'll make money. It's like, no, you won't, and you're seeing that right now.
Well, let's look at what A Wrinkle in Time's doing at the box office real quick. So
goddamn things.
No, I ain't seen that fucking movie. I don't like Oprah. Maybe not on a personal level. I have nothing against her, but okay. So right now it sits at $77 million.
Jesus.
Now let's see what Black Panther has at the box office, just for a comparison.
$100 billion.
That is the greatest movie of all time, and Dion's
Right
going to
on,
sell his firstborn.
Right on, brother.
Oh, Box Office Mojo just crashed when I clicked on that. And thank you, Box Office Mojo. You don't realize that World Class Bullshitters depends on you? Actually, we don't give a shit about you. It doesn't matter. It basically, Black Panther is hurting A Wrinkle in Time. So,
yeah, 100%. I mean, everywhere that comes out that's good is hurting A Wrinkle in Time. Let's be honest, because nobody wanted to see it. Nobody gave a shit about it. People who read the book were like, "This is weird," and they were just like, we're funding the book rather than the movie." And it seems like Disney had extra money just lying around, and they're like, "Hey, there's this wheelbarrow of money. Let's attach a movie to it and just make it, because we're just doing shit now. It's okay." It's fine.
Funny. Speaking of A Wrinkle in Time, over on the Hollywood Reporter, they have an article titled "Why A Wrinkle in Time has Underperformed at the Box Office," and they go to break it down. That says,
God.
Of those buying tickets to A Wrinkle in Time the opening weekend, 56% were white, followed by Hispanics at 20%, African Americans 17%, Asians 5%, Native Americans and other 3%. This movie isn't even hitting with its target audience. Like, Black Panther worked. It got every black person in America to go see that movie 12 times. That's why it made $40 trillion. There are more Black Panther tickets sold than there are Nintendo Switches out in the wild. Like, Phil...
1.1 billion in its first weekend.
Yeah, I, as a man, can't believe it. I can't even count that high. It's just, fuck it. But this movie, it just goes to show you, when you're so focused on promoting one thing, and then you bring out something else that's going to underperform, that looks bad. That hurts that demographic. And it's not about hurting the demographic of black-led fantasy films. It's just fantasy films for kids underperform constantly nowadays, so they're not going to take a chance at making any more of these things. And with Star Wars, Mark Hamill was right on the money. 5 months later, their Solo a Star Wars story. Look, at The Last Jedi, Disney won't let it die. Like that stupid line in the movie, forget the past, let it die, or however I'm paraphrasing it wrong. Stop bringing out articles about The Last Jedi every 5 minutes, and we'll stop talking about it. The people can just calm down. But instead, we're less than 2 months away from Solo. All we do is hear all this negative bullshit about this. We get pissed off because idiots like Laura Dern come out and go, oh, Holdo's force sensitive, that's why she's a cunt, blah, 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 blah. No. Let us just forget this movie fucking sucks, and then bring out something else, and maybe people will be like, oh, I'm willing to give it another chance again. But instead, it's like you have a fucking cut, and you keep fucking picking at it constantly, and it won't heal, and it just gets infected and nasty, and that's what Solo a Star Wars story is.
Well, that's what's so weird about it, too, is because that now Disney's backed themselves into a corner. Everyone that's associated with Last Jedi has backed themselves into a corner. So, obviously that would have been the smart thing to do. You have this really non-build-up for the movie, and then you try to insult the fans into watching the movie, and then you keep having to talk about it because the movie's underperforming. So, like, I can almost see why they keep bringing it up, because if they just stop talking about The Last Jedi, they've done no build-up for Solo. So even though it's
nothing,
they still think that they're doing some kind of build-up for like they're keeping Star Wars in the press, not acknowledging that it's bad for Star Wars because your fan base does not agree with you. There's nothing you can say. They don't agree with you. The ones who do agree with you that, oh yeah, Lorna Dern's pink-haired, horrible leader ass is force sensitive, they're not going to go watch Solo. So they're back. They have to keep talking about it because they don't have a legitimate. They waited till the Super Bowl to have the first real goddamn trailer. So again, I agree with you. I agree, Jeff. But from their point of view, they have no choice but to keep bringing it up because they've literally fucked themselves. They fucked the poop so bad from December until Solo comes out that this is panic marketing. This is the Vince McMahon way of any press is good press because they know, like, shit, we should have done something else for Solo instead of waiting for the Super Bowl. No trailer until 2 weeks ago.
Well, the funny thing is you bring up about them waiting so long to release a trailer. The Avengers put out another trailer.
They have three.
Yesterday they put out another thing with more footage of Spider-Man going woohoo and all this other shit. That is confidence.
Why is Spider-Man Pillsbury Doughboy?
Because for some reason they have to always make Spider-Man make noise when he web swings. That's the first complaint I had as a kid about the Tobey Maguire movie. When he's going woohoo as he's swinging through the city.
No, he's just coming. He's just coming. That's all it is. He's just coming.
Oh, okay.
Every time
I understand.
I come. When I do push-ups, I come. Every time it's like coming with a woman. So
that's how he regenerates his web shooters.
Quick, Spidey, bust a nut to save our lives. No problem, coming right up. No, but you talked about panic marketing. I think that is the best phrase to use for Star Wars movies now. Panic marketing. You notice they didn't even hype The Last Jedi the way they did The Force Awakens?
Nope.
And the funny here's the thing.
Show how it was. Excuse me. On the show, we were saying it was what? It was like I want to say it was November, so we're a month out for The Last Jedi. And we literally counted how many trailers that they had, and it was one. And even Nick was like, what the fuck is happening? I can't remember what I want to say it was. So it was November, whatever. It was one of the episodes in November. I mean, we had a long conversation about how they didn't have any build-up for the show outside of some shit on Wheaties or something really dumb.
Oh, God, dude.
And it's like, what is going on in this? Because even Disney doesn't do this for a major release. Even for the shitty ones, like Tomorrowland they had the Super Bowl commercial and then all this other shit, TV spots. But for Star Wars, the thing that they want to make all this money, they're treating it like a February release. It's the weirdest fucking thing in the world.
They're treating Solo like a January release right now. Yeah. They're like, yeah, it's coming out soon. Hope you guys go watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Before it goes away forever.
Yeah.
We got a lot of questions about Solo later, but I wanted to tell you guys, because we won't have a chance to record for a while, the documentary about Rian Johnson on The Last Jedi Blu-ray explains why the movie's such a fucking garbage mess. Garbage fire. Just here's the thing. He is a fucking idiot. And Kathleen Kennedy is a bigger fucking idiot because she gave him free reign to do whatever he wants because she is trying to look like an artistic genius. She's like, I gave this guy the creative license to do whatever he wanted with Star Wars, and look what happened. Well, Kathleen, look at what happened. Yeah, he fucked it up. He doesn't understand Star Wars. I'll tell you something. You know, last week we joked about the guy Ron Bergman?
Yeah.
It's Ron Bergman, Rian Johnson, and the director of photography, and they got together. They like work on everything together, okay? That is why the movie is the way it is, because no one told Rian Johnson no. The only concern they had constantly for this movie was, do we have enough money to build this real set? That is literally brought up 20 times in the 90-minute documentary.
Oh my god, it doesn't, honestly, I don't give a fuck if it's a real set or a fake set. As long as you tell a good goddamn story, I'm happy. I'll be okay.
I said this on the live stream,
Nick. I don't mean to cut you off, but
that's fine.
I just want to get this point across too, because I think what you just touched on something that's even more important. That's a clear-cut fucking example. Not only does he not understand Star Wars, this is how Kathleen Kennedy and Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams see Star Wars. So when they were kids and they watched it, they were like, damn, it looks good. They didn't pay attention to the story of their damn selves. They're like, yo, if I'm going to make a movie, I'm just going to make sure it looks great and just kind of try to play off, I want to believe there are no lead women in movies anymore. I want to believe that what people want to see is overdramatic characters with no sense of overcoming adversity. And then they made Star Wars because Star Wars to them was this, it's just a visual movie with no substance. That's very reflective of how they see this franchise. And that's why, it looks pretty good, but the story doesn't make any fucking sense. And that's what's so fucking crazy, because they've been through two goddamn directors and have had two directors alone on Solo because they have no idea. They just think Star Wars is just this visual thing that people will see based on the name and because it looks cool. That's what's so crazy about it. They don't understand why Star Wars is one of the biggest franchises, is the biggest franchise there was of all time. The only thing second in recognition, kinda, it's at the same ballpark, but not even in the same league, is fucking Star Trek. And they thought it was because it looked cool. And it's saddening, man.
Well, this documentary constantly reminds the audience that they take the same approach as the originals. Like, Rian Johnson spent so much time filming shit that's not even in the movie. Like, Canto Bite was his only concern. Everything was about that fucking scene. Canto Bite, Canto Bite. Well, even the people that seem to like this movie criticize Canto Bite. That is the worst part of any Star Wars movie. No, because
as soon as you get there, it gets fucking political immediately. You have the thing about the animals, the kids, and the people who live on the planet or in the town, wherever the fuck it is. Then you have that scene on the ship that they stole. It's like, hey, let's see who owns this ship. Oh, look, they gave money to both sides of the army. They don't give a fuck. They just want to make money. It's like nobody cares about that. We care about Star Wars. We don't care about your political fucking agenda.
Well, here's some of the other things Rian Johnson gave us. Vader was a great villain, but he was never someone you could identify with.
Fuck off.
It's a villain. You don't know the villain. You fight the villain. The villain is like...
Rey and Kylo Ren are two halves of the protagonist.
Fuck off.
If you have to divide your protagonist into two people, you're fucked up already.
It took 6 months to design Kylo Ren's scar.
What?
Oh my god.
That's just stupid.
The Jedi Village set was rebuilt and shipped to Ireland just so they could film it on the side of a mountain, but they couldn't. They could have just CGI'd that in.
Oh.
Let's see.
Sounds like a waste of time and money.
You don't say.
Rian Johnson made Rose intentionally lame. She didn't feel like she belonged in a Star Wars movie.
Well, she did.
Oh
and she
my
was
God.
lame.
Benicio del Toro is meant to be like Han Solo.
Fuck off.
Yeah, he doesn't have any characteristics of Han Solo. He has
I love how he's
characteristics
backtracking now. Because he did not plan it that way when he wrote it. He just is like, oh shit, let me explain this dumb shit now. That's why Rose feels like she's out of place. Because she's supposed to be. Hey guys, I didn't do that.
Here, I'll end it with this, Dion.
Big old potato sack of love.
Luke Skywalker's death is a victory because it's the only thing he could have done to keep the Sith from rising up.
Oh, fuck yourself. What a fucking idiot!
God damn it! And
now, I'll tell you this too: the entire documentary, Mark Hamill goes, "I disagree about Luke." Constantly, that just keeps popping up. So anyway, Nick,
at least he's
good. It's documented now. Well,
There's
now they have a gun to his balls, and he's saying all kinds of dumb shit now. So I don't know what's happening.
He was actually championing, us the fans' cause until Disney, showed up at his house with hired goons, allegedly.
Yeah, like it's
metaphorically.
He's changed his tune all to their side now, and I'm just like, this is weird, Mark. Come on. Your character is dead, Mark. You can say whatever the fuck you want now. They can't do shit to you.
They probably threatened to dox him. Like, we will tell all those nerds where you live, Mark Hamill.
And we'll go protect them. We'll just sit out front of his house with, a minigun.
AK-47s.
Have a faction of Star Wars nerds dressed up just on his sidewalk so he doesn't get pissed off, but they're facing out with his fucking Jedi tunic from Return of the Jedi. You don't think that shit would happen?
I would be willing to club a nerd to near death to save Mark Hamill.
Yeah, if we're getting paid for it.
Yeah, sure. Oh shit! I was going to do it pro bono. I got no problems with beating a nerd to save Mark Hamill.
You hear it, Mark? Look it. George Lucas will cover your court costs and we'll protect your ass literally. So,
yeah.
World Class Bullshitters is now moving into the personal security game.
Yeah.
If you'd like to hire us, just send us a check for, I don't know. Depending on who you are, we'll rate you at that.
What is that? Hold on. What is that secret like crazy organization like Black Mountain or
Blackwater?
Blackwater. Thank you.
Blackwater.
Yeah, like are we becoming them? Is that what's happening now?
We're the Blackwater of the nerd universe.
Yeah, we're the new soldiers of fortune for entertainment.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, dude, I will beat the nerd with a club. I will stomp his retainer, take his lunch money. I don't care.
I'm just going to start calling you Walter Sobchak from now on. I'm finishing my coffee. Hey, quick tangent. Did you guys catch the Roseanne relaunch?
I did.
I didn't watch Roseanne when it was on, so I wasn't really interested.
Why am I not surprised that you didn't watch Roseanne as a kid? Because neither did I. Now, you did watch The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, in the 90s, it was cool to have a white trash family and then a rich black family.
Yep.
Both. I love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Roseanne is it, but I did watch the relaunch, and it was pretty good.
Yes,
Really?
Yeah, you should watch it on Hulu, Dion. It's worth a laugh.
I'll check it out because they just ignore the last season, don't they?
Yeah, it starts out with John Goodman waking up, and she goes, "Are you dead?" He's like, "Why does everyone keep thinking I died?" And that's all they mention, and then it just
why are they doing that? Why are they rehashing old shows? Like I don't understand that. Just do new shit.
It's a continuation. Like they don't, they're not redoing it.
I'm watching X-Files and it sucks.
Well,
X-Files is
because
fucking horrible.
It's one they didn't do right. I'll say this though: I watched Roseanne when it was on as a kid, and even back then, I was like, during the last season, I was like, man, this is retarded. But then this show, it retcons, season 9, and it essentially is just like 20 years in the future, and it picks up right there. It was done, I thought, and it's really funny, and it's slightly
Becky's.
Yeah, it's got both Beckys, and not in a weird way. It would have been funnier if it would have been like one was Becky and they called the other one like Rebecca or something like that. But it's funny because original Becky is now going to be the surrogate mother for replacement Becky's kid. So I think that's kind of hilarious. And I thought it was essentially it's like it's a revival. It's not even a reboot because they don't change anything. It wasn't cheesy. It started off like any other Roseanne episode from the 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, whenever it was on, and it just kind of picked up. It's like we hit pause on the story for 20 something years, and now we're back.
Good. I do like how they constantly said Darlene's our gay daughter. She's like, I'm not gay. That made me laugh
which
the hardest.
Was a joke from the original series.
Yeah.
And everyone thought she was gay.
Sarah Gilbert is gay.
Yeah,
in real life.
They probably really smoosh her over to get that joke off because she probably was like, "Really, this is the thing that we're doing now."
Well,
I'd be like, "Look, you're on daytime television. If you want some serious primetime money, you'll just deal with the fucking joke."
Right.
Yeah, but that was like one of the things they were worried about in the original run when she was like a real big tomboy. They were like, Roseanne was like, I don't want her to grow up to be gay.
Well, they gave her Rusty Griswold, and the rest is history.
And then
I think they're going to imply that those kids are his. We'll talk about Roseanne later.
Man.
Well, they're supposed to be because that's who she married, and the show was fucking Big Bang's Johnny Galecki.
David.
Mm-hmm.
I used to hate him so much. I was like, what is wrong with his hair? But never mind.
Yeah,
that's what 1994 Jeff was concerned with.
Well, I mean, he was also in I Know What You Did Last Summer. He was like one of the first deaths.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We watched that drunk for the Schlocktoberfest 1 listeners, so if you'd like to hear us talk about that in great detail, or Dion and I are going on about our white women crushes of 1997.
Oh, God, that was... I remember that.
Poor Ryan Philippe got in trouble for smacking his girlfriend around.
What an idiot.
And now his career is shit.
That dude could be, like, rolling in money. All you had to do was just be like, you know what, I'm leaving, baby. See you.
I think he's doing the Sniper TV show or something.
Yeah, Shooter.
Yeah.
Shooter, yeah. Yeah.
Let's see what Ryan Phillippe's net worth is real quick.
$8.
$8.
I'm gonna go with $8 million.
I got the feel about staring at Michelle Gellar's titties, man. I at least got $10 million.
Well, Ryan Philippe is worth $30 million.
Oh shit!
So,
okay,
yeah.
all right, Ryan.
Sorry, $33 million. It went up.
Oh, okay.
He had some investments coming. He landed on a community chest.
No, he landed inside Reese Witherspoon.
He'll do it.
In and out.
He looks like a less dirty version of Danny Masterson, but it's a topic for another time.
Before we got kicked off the ranch.
Well, he shouldn't have been allegedly raping those women.
You know, speaking of alleged rape and sex rings, did you guys hear about the Supergirl actress, Allison Mack, that's going to go to jail for fucking...
What the fuck?
No, what?
Hold on, I'll pull up an article.
What the
Nick,
fuck?
tell it about that.
I've heard that for the last few months now, and I'm just like, what is going on? And apparently it's real.
This is news to me.
Let Jeff tell you. It's fucking weird.
Fucking DC can't even get a fucking break. Poor DC, man.
All right, Smallville actress Allison Mack linked to alleged sex trafficking cult leader.
Oh boy.
2 former stars of the hit TV series Smallville allegedly used their celebrity status to recruit young women for a sex cult, according to a published report. Kristen Kirk and Allison Mack signed up with the self-help guru Keith Rainier, leader of the NXIVM, pronounced Nexium, group based in upstate New York. Mack played a high school student with a secret crush on young Superman, played by Welling. Kirk played Clark Kent's love interest Lana Lang. Rainier was arrested this week on $100,000. In a $10,000 a week villa in New Mexico. Extradited to the U.S., where he was charged with sex trafficking and accused of branding women in their pelvic area while they were being held down, according to a criminal complaint. Whoa!
Jesus, that is just disturbing. In a letter posted on a website related to Nexium, Rainier wrote, "These allegations are most disturbing to me as a non-violent individual." The group issued a statement Thursday saying they were cooperating with authorities and would clear Rainier's name. He also allegedly forced his slaves to keep very low-calorie diets and to document their food intake, the complaint says. As punishment for not following those rules, women were forced to attend classes where they wore fake udders over their breasts while people called them derogatory names, according to the complaint. What the fuck? That sounds like a fat camp.
Nice, man.
It sounds like that movie Heavyweights with Ben Stiller.
Yeah, I know.
It's an awesome movie, but this is a terrible situation. Former Nexium publicist Frank Parlato has worked for years to document the inner workings of the group, which purports to be a self-help organization. Her nickname among the defectors is Pimp Mac, Parlato wrote. Mac was with Rainier in Puerto Vallarta at the time of his arrest. She was completely enamored with Rainier and completely under his thrall. Kirk, who signed on first, later brought her co-star Mac, and both were used to lure young women to join the group. They were used as poster girls. Oh my god.
What the fuck? That is so fucked up. I hope that motherfucker gets put under the jail.
Well, I remember I was watching something on YouTube yesterday, and like a fucking Scientology TV commercial came on over YouTube. I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
Oh, dude, that's a real channel.
Yeah,
no, it is, but it freaked me the fuck out. I was like, "Please tell me I'm joking," and like, SNL's gonna pop up. No, it's real. It freaked me the fuck out. I was like, "Nope, no ad, no nothing." Like, click, fuck you. I'm sorry. I'm not dealing with this right now.
So the chick that played Chun-Li in Street Fighter, The Legend of Chun-Li, and Fiona from Eurotrip is responsible for a sex cult as well.
The dude's fucking. Was it?
What? Really? That chick? She was in Smallville as well. Yeah.
That's Kristen Kirk. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well, now that's gonna ruin this movie. Ruin Euro Trip for me. It's one of my favorite movies.
It won't ruin it for me. It's too good to let us.
Yeah, it's true. Fuck that, man. It's all right. I'll still buy it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I will still watch it, but it's just gonna be weird because every time.
As long as it's not Michelle Trachtenberg.
Dude, she's way too wholesome for that shit.
Well, I mean, like, because I will stalk her every now and again. She's fine. She's doing it right. She's good.
That's good.
Yeah, she hasn't
we could
gone
all
like
be platonic friends with her.
Yeah. She hasn't gone like crazy yet. So we're okay. We're fine.
When we have our skit show, we'll hire her for a Harriette the Spy trailer, but it'll be like it'll be like Salt or Red Sparrow, where it's like really violent and sexual. Harriet's all grown up. Rosie O'Donnell will be like her fucking target.
Oh yeah. Harriette the Spy, CIA or something like that.
Yeah. And then we could have a gender fluid episode, Harriette the Guy.
Hi guys.
Is Harriette Winslow still alive? I feel like we need her too. I'm looking her up, dude. All right, don't you dare tell me Harriette Winslow's dead when she's not. Who the fuck is Harriette Winston? I want Winslow.
She is the head of the Winston Cigarette Corporation.
Well,
whatever.
Maybe.
I knew it. There were two Harriette Winslows. Okay. Anyway, the second Harriette Winslow is not the one we're looking for. Jo Marie Peyton, is she still alive? Yes, Jo Marie Peyton is 67 years old, and she's been married since 2007.
Good for her.
It? Oh, wow. All right, well.
We better hurry up. The clock's ticking on that one.
Yeah. Jo Marie Peyton?
Sure.
I would like to work with you one day. Dude, we should get both Aunt Vivs on our show, too.
Oh, God.
There we go.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right, so let's talk about the X-Men. Here's some news that pisses me off, and I'm being honest. Fox has delayed X-Men Dark Phoenix and has pushed the New Mutants back even further. Two of Fox's upcoming X-Men films are going to be delayed, and the wait for each has now become fairly substantial. The movies in question are Simon Kinberg's X-Men Dark Phoenix and Josh Boone's The New Mutants. Fans hoping to check out the next entry in the mainline X franchise will now have to wait until next year when it comes out, and New Mutants is now in its second time for being moved. X-Men Dark Phoenix, which marks the directorial debut, blah-blah-blah, will arrive on February 14th of 2019. New Mutants was supposed to be released on April 13th of this year. It was moved to February 22nd of next year, and now it's been pushed back to August 2nd of 2019.
Jeez,
these movies are never coming out.
No. That's insane. What the fuck?
I think it's Disney's fault. I think them attempting to buy Fox and the rights to the X-Men and all that shit has kind of put the kibosh on these movies. So I'll put $1 down, Dion, that we'll never see New Mutants hit theaters.
I'll take that.
Wait, no. What do you think's gonna happen to it? Do you think it'll go straight to DVD or something, or VOD?
It'll just never come out.
Yeah,
really?
It'll just sit somewhere forever.
Oh my God.
That shit happens all the time.
Oh no, it does. Oh, yeah. Like it's even worse with scripts. Like studios will buy other scripts from other studios just to spite them, and then like not do anything with them. They'll just leave them on a shelf. So I'm sure there's millions of good ideas somewhere that they just haven't, tried yet. But no, man, it's crazy because I remember seeing the commercial for it and everything, and it's out there in the world. I mean, we know of its existence. So for them to just quietly put it on a shelf and let it like rot is weird.
Well, here, look it. I got a list of 10 movies that will never be released from IFC. I don't know what Dark Blood is, but I don't know what Hippie Hippie Shake is either. Fine, The Fantastic Four from 1994. The Other Side of the Wind that has... Holy shit, is that Orson Welles? Yeah, wow, Orson Welles. There's a movie with Orson Welles that'll never come out.
Jeez.
Glitterati. Never even heard of that shit. A Johnny Depp movie called The Brave that has never been released. It says something about a Bill Murray film. Oh yeah, The Day the Clown Died. There's a Jerry Lewis movie that has never been released.
Yeah.
Well, that one's supposed to be like crazy fucking horrible.
I still want to watch it.
Oh, that for sure.
Listeners, if you know an insider that has access to The Day the Clown Died, send us a copy and we'll review it here on World Class Bullshitters and try not to kill ourselves. All right, so Nick, do you have any news?
Yeah, man. Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop just raised gobs of money to peddle pseudoscience.
Oh boy.
Yep, it looks like that they just got $50 million series of funding, which values the company $250 million. So they're getting up there. Like with all the backlash that they get all the time, it's like, what the fuck's going on? Like, I guess people don't believe in science or like any like news has no validity anymore or anything like that because it's crazy. Apparently they have like on the site they have a $15,000 gold dildo.
Oh boy!
Wait,
66
what?
A 15,015,000 gold dildo.
Oh, that was actually featured on that Slut Ever show that I watch. She went to a custom sex toy place thing, and some guy had like a golden dildo that he made for like she was with people that were delivering it to some guy that bought a $15,000 gold dildo and like a $5,000 like sex kit thing with like nipple clamps and stuff, but they were designer sex toys.
God.
I love that show. It's so interesting and weird at the same time. And there's lots of upskirt shots of the host.
Are we just looking at panties or lips?
Oh, it's just panties, but
Oh, I don't care about that shit.
I know, but it's
Just
something
marry
you
this
don't
girl and
see
get it over with.
No, I can't. I could never marry her. She's way too off the beaten path for me.
Anyway,
she's got more money than I, so maybe I should.
Not for long.
There you go. All right. Well, Paltrow founded Goop in 2008 and it previously raised $26.5 million. It was last valued at $65 million in August 2016. The company put out a newsletter and maintains a blog with lifestyle advice in addition to selling often ridiculous and expensive products. Currently in Goop's store, a pack of 30 vitamins for $90, an $80 water bottle embedded with rose quartz to infuse water with positive energy. A $149 24-karat gold-plated vibrator that can be worn as a necklace.
Awesome. That's for the woman that wants to go out on a date and she doesn't know whether or not she's going to get lucky that night. She wears that necklace because it guarantees it.
Oh, God. All right, well, the next piece of news I have is keep Facebook from spying on you with a Firefox extension. So this extension is literally called Facebook Container, and all it does is that it constantly logs out of Facebook whenever you close Firefox. It'll make you log back in, and if you press a link, it'll keep that page in its own tab, and it makes sure that Facebook does not follow anything you do. If you click on Amazon stuff, it won't like track what you've bought or what you're looking at or anything like that. So that's supposedly what it does. I don't know if it works, but if you've heard a lot about Facebook lately and you want to kind of keep a little bit safer, I'd say try this and, maybe it'll work. Who knows?
I still trying to stay relevant, Firefox. Kudos, baby.
That browser sucks so much.
It used to be good, too, but
it used to be the browser.
It never changed. It just never changed.
Yeah, they had a big update recently, and it's been okay. It's been fine. Apparently, the big update was we're gonna try to not use so much resources and this, that, and the other, be more power efficient, this and stuff like that. But I don't know. I've used it lately. It's been alright. It hasn't been like a pain in the ass. I do have some Stranger Things news.
Ooh. Oh, sweet.
Yeah, during a panel at Paleyfest or Paley Fest. I don't know.
Peyote Fest.
Peyote Fest. God, I wish. Producer specified season 3 will be set in 1985 and won't be abandoning the Dad Steve magic. His quote is, "We'll definitely get to see some more of Steve Harrington in season 3, and I'll just say he won't be abandoning the Dad Steve magic. I'm not going to say much more, but I literally feel that we are walking along, and we stumbled into a gold mine with Dad Steve."
Oh, you mean like when he was watching that Dustin kid?
Yeah.
And teaching him shit?
Yeah, that's what they're like. It's weird they keep saying Dad Steve. Like that's a weird thing that keeps coming up in the article.
Yeah, I thought they were talking about is Steve supposed to be magical now or what?
Yeah.
I almost was like, see, this is why I can't get super into Stranger Things. Like I enjoyed it, but this is one of the things that annoyed me. But I was like, oh, okay, and I get it because especially they definitely stumbled into Steve and Dustin's like crazy chemistry because they hang out all the time after season 2 now. and like he had this really weird video of Steve being like, you're a really cool guy, and you blah blah blah. He goes on this like this lovingly aggressive, you're a good person rant, and Dustin Poirier's just like, yeah, thanks, man, thanks, and I'm just like, okay, so they're gonna put that on the screen. All right, let's get weird, guys.
Well, there's also an article saying that there was like female harassment on the set of season 2 for Stranger Things. It came out a few months ago, and I was just like, I read it, and I was like, well, first of all, it was released by Jezebel. Go figure.
Shouldn't they be more concerned with the sex ring that Supergirl and her fucking friend are leading women into than, somebody wasn't polite on the set of Stranger Things?
Yeah, and like apparently they yelled at some female crew member or whatever, and I'm just like, if she fucks up a lot, that's what happens on movie sets.
It's called equality.
Women
can get yelled at for fucking up just as much as we can.
Exactly. Thank you, Kendo. If you fuck up regardless of being a man or woman, you're gonna get yelled at, and you should get yelled at regardless of being a man or woman because you fucked up. Okay.
The only difference is, men, we don't cry like little girls when we get yelled at.
Yeah, or go to the internet or Twitter and fucking complain about it.
I dropped
it seems like
an
the
entire
season
bank
one
of
thing
lights. He yelled at me.
Yeah, well, Christian Bale yelled at that dude.
Oh, good for you.
I think I would have slapped him in the face if he tried to
I
yell
was
at
about
me
to
like
say,
that.
it would have been hilarious if that guy was, especially, like, because it's one thing to get yelled at, because you can just kind of bite the bullet, especially, and again, I've never been on a movie set, but, getting yelled at other jobs and, high-pressure jobs, like, you can bite the bullet, but as soon as a motherfucker starts walking towards you, try to kick your ass, that's when you're like, all right, it's on now, bitch. You want this. You want this, John Connor? Let me fucking terminate your ass. Come on over here. I would love if that light dude just fucking choke slammed his ass through the fucking snack table. That'd be great.
Yeah, it's not a normal
fucking Australian piece of shit. You want a piece of this? I don't care about your mama and your sister. I'll whoop your ass and then go beat them up too. Shut the fuck up.
Christian Bale is Welch.
Whatever. Who cares?
We don't care. He's an asshole. That's what he is. He slightly redeemed himself in my eyes when he went to visit those kids that got shot at the movie theater back in 2012. He was dressed as Batman.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I'll give him respect for that. But then that fucking video
when he was saying he would do the new DC movie as Batman. That's when I was like, okay, I like you more now because you're willing to try and say it. You know this franchise is going to need your fucking help.
Do you think that if he was playing Batman, that Justice League would have been better?
I think if he was playing Batman, them knowing that he's bringing in that Dark Knight momentum, they would have written the story a lot better. I think if Christian Bale joins the universe, they don't pick Zack Snyder. I honestly believe.
Yeah, they just keep what's his fucking face, Christopher Nolan around.
Yeah, I think they pay him way more money, but they get at least a movie that makes $1 billion fucking dollars.
You had the perfect setup too, where Batman goes off to fuck Catwoman in their villa in Italy, and then Superman appears, and then he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta get back." Yeah. So then they meet in Batman. Even if they have to fight, maybe they just have like a 10-minute scene in Batman versus Superman, which we call Man of Steel 2. Like in the old John Byrne issues, where they're like, "Oh, at first they fight a little bit, and then they realize that they're on the right side of justice." Then they fight something together, they take it down, and then they form the Justice League at the end of that movie because there's an impending threat. So you have you could even keep Henry Cavill. You keep him, you keep Christian Bale, keep Gal Gadot, and we get a better Flash.
Wait, hold. But do we still get Henry Cavill's glorious mustache, though? Do we still get that?
Well, in this alternate universe, Tom Cruise had died, so we wouldn't have to worry about that. Yeah, he would have died on set, or Katie Holmes would have stabbed him to death in her sleep or something like that. Jeez. I don't know. She would be fucking Jamie Foxx.
You at least get, she might not be in the movie, but if Chris Nolan comes back, maybe Katie gets out a little bit earlier. Maybe Tom Cruise, that fucks up. That's the butterfly wing that has a ripple in China or whatever, and he doesn't do the Mummy, and they make a better Jack Reacher 2, and who knows, man? Who knows?
Did you see Jack Reacher 2?
I tried to watch it, and I was so fucking bored.
Paid to see it in theaters, and I'm holding my fucking head because I can't believe I spent $12.
I am so sorry.
Jack Reacher 3, even reachier.
Yeah. Jack Reacher 3, the final reach around.
There you go.
Like, as soon as I heard that name, I was like, this is an SNL skit. Oh, no, they spent money and made this, and they named it that? Oh, fuck you.
Well, the original title was Dick Reacher, but they're like, we might have some problems with this one.
Richard Reacher, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, his name was Richard Reacher.
Sounds like Richard Rico or Greco.
He's a Marvel character, Richard Reacher. He just stretches out. That's all.
I think there's a character named Richard Ryder.
Dick Reacher.
Oh man.
Wait, there's a writer named Richard Ryder. A writer named Richard Ryder. Jesus
boy,
Christ,
Dick
a hard
Ryder.
name to say. Sorry, Richard Ryder's Nova from Marvel. There we go. I knew there was a Richard Ryder, not a Richard Reacher, but close enough, right?
What a dick, right?
We'll take it.
He's a cool-looking character. I don't know dick about Nova, but we've seen him in Guardians of the Galaxy. Anyway, Nick, you got any more news?
No, man, that's it. I'm good.
So Gwyneth Paltrow is like female Doctor Doom, and yeah.
Basically, with her, fucking stock of $50,000 gold dildos.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about her. I see her, and I know she's crazy, but I'm still interested. I can't help it.
It's always the crazy ones, man. It's always the crazy ones. They're fun for a while until they put a knife to your throat.
But just you gotta know, Gwyneth has got to be a great leg, because that amount of crazy, it's got to make up for something. I don't know if it's throwing down them meat lips or giving a reach around or what, but it's something just tells.
I bet she gets it from Blythe Danner. It runs in the family. In her prime, oh boy, I tell you what.
You're fucking, and she just randomly starts speaking that English accent she used in Hook. Do you like it? Just stop doing that, Gwen. Stop doing it.
Treat me like Tony Stark. Treat me like Tony Stark. Tell me I can't afford to buy it. Shut the fuck up. I can buy anything I want. Swear to God, if you call me Chris Martin, I'm going to smack you.
Oh, God.
All right, Kendo. Didn't Coldplay threaten to break up over her or something once?
What?
Wasn't she causing that band problems?
Probably.
I would get it. I thought it was. I think it was. I wanted to say I thought like said that they would boycott one of their concerts over her or something like that. I don't know if she broke.
Oh my God!
It was something hilarious like that.
It's ridiculous.
Anyway, Kendo. Oh wait, Gwyneth Paltrow shares rare family picture with Chris Martin and their children.
Huh.
Damn.
It makes me hate her even more. Check out your Skype, guys, because there it is.
She is a pompous bitch.
She has a punchable fucking head. Not her face, just her head, side of it. Boom.
Jesus.
All right.
She looks like a regular ass soccer mom who has made horrible decisions in this picture.
Yeah. Looks like she's in Myrtle Beach for that forced family vacation that they have to take every year.
Yeah, she's like human contact.
Apple Martin. The girl's name is Apple Martin.
Yeah, she's got to be like what? She's like 15 now or something.
And Ryan Philippe and Reese Witherspoon's kid looks just like Reese Witherspoon. It's creepy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a time machine.
The genes that create that jawline, they don't just go away, man.
Oh, okay. Could you imagine if she hooked up with Edge from the WWE?
Holy
shit. You could cut glass with that jaw.
A jaw that would break granite.
It's like a real-life American Dad.
Chugga. Oh, fuck, you broke my goddamn chair again, Edge Jr. What the fuck? Stop doing that.
Lil Edge. Ledge.
Lil Edge.
All right, Kendo, take us out.
Okay, as we know, boys, it's 2018, which means we're still debating whether or not the Earth is actually round. So,
Yep, has to be.
The Flat Earth people, there's one guy, his name is Mad Mike Hughes. I'm assuming that's a clever nickname. Has decided the other day, well, he decided this a long time ago, but the other day he launched himself in a homemade rocket up in the air to prove that the Earth is shaped like a Frisbee. He believes it's like a Frisbee. So, real quick, what career profession do we feel like this guy probably belongs to if he's building a homemade rocket that launches himself about 2,000 feet in the air?
He's a plumber.
Carpenter? Okay.
No, I'm going to go construction worker. I bet it's construction.
Okay.
Gynecologist.
Okay. Yeah, all very good professions, require, some knowledge and abilities. He's a limo driver, so
That's okay.
yeah.
It makes me think of Dumb and Dumber. It's okay, I'm a limo driver.
Oh my god.
61-year-old limo driver. He built himself a homemade rocket, and he had problems getting up and getting it to launch and pushbacks and everything because laws and rules and stuff kind of forbid you from launching yourself up into the the air in a rocket for safety's sake, mostly yours. So he eventually got it to launch. He launched it about 1,875 feet up in the air. He had no windows in his rocket, so how he was able to do this, I'm not 100% sure. To be able to tell if the Earth was flat. Either way, he launched himself up in the air. Oh, he had one window. Sorry. And when he got to the peak of his thing, the rocket started to tumble, but luckily a parachute came out and he was able to glide back down, and he was able to get away with just some minor discomfort and stuff from bumps and bruises. He was not able to prove that the Earth was flat.
You don't say.
Yeah. He was quoted as saying that he's glad that he did it and he'll feel it in the morning, but at least he can go home and have dinner and see his cats. So, I mean,
the story becomes clearer.
Yeah, so I could feel him on that end, but yeah, so he shot himself up 1,875 feet in the air. Which, if any of you folks have ever been in the air on a plane or anything like that, you'll know that 2,000 feet's not real high.
No.
And you can't really see the curvature of the Earth at 2,000 feet, so this wasn't really going to prove anything. He would have had to have gotten up to about 360,000 feet to really, really see that the Earth was round. But even if you've flown and been cruising at like a 35 to 45,000 feet altitude, you can see that, off in the horizon, there's some weird, curviness going on out there. It's not just flat.
But Kendo, that's just the government spraying you with nerve gas and making you see shit. Planes don't really work that way.
To keep you on the ground or some dumb shit, dog.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I have also, I was reading up on flat earthers, and some of the things that they believe is amazing. So, like, essentially they believe that the Earth is like one giant disc, which it's not. That the sun and the moon are both in the sky at the same time, and that there's like a weird anti-moon and anti-sun that cover each other up when it's at certain times of the day, which lead to daylight and nighttime, which that's not what happens. And that the Antarctica is really just a giant wall of ice that surrounds the disk, and that there's people from NASA there to keep you from climbing over the edge to prove that
what's
it's
on
flat.
What's beneath the disk, like the other side?
Pie crust.
Pie crust, like graham cracker. Is that what we're talking about? Like graham cracker and like butter?
Yeah,
water just falls off the Earth.
We're essentially a giant. Well, they can't because that ice wall's there, and we're essentially a giant, pie in the sky with fucking Game of Thrones ice walls protecting us.
Well, yeah. Well, a lot of their illustrations, they show illustrations where water just goes off, like whenever the sun's by the ice wall, so it just falls off into space.
Leon, could you imagine if Dustin was a flat earther?
You say that now. I have no problem thinking that he's become one. I have no fucking problem.
He probably is one right now. Honestly, he probably really is one. He's one of those ones saying anything. We always make fun of it. So he's like, man, the Earth is flat. I know it is. It's like, whatever, man.
My question
is, he's like, think about it, dude. Why have only a handful of people been in the space, man? Why even less have been to the moon? Maybe because it's really fucking hard to be a goddamn astronaut.
Because astronauting is something only a few people can do.
Yeah.
Not just that, like the overall, just like the overall fucking planning, and everything can go wrong at once, and it's bad.
It's super dangerous stuff here.
If you ever want to stump a flat earther, just tell them, okay, what does NASA think's going to happen if we find out the Earth is flat? And they can't answer that fucking question. Like, why do they want us to think that it's round? What's the benefit from making us believe this?
Even then, like even then, time zones like totally make this. It solves that problem because
And what about shadows?
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, because if the sun was beaming down on us directly on top of us, then we would have no shadows ever. There would be no shadows ever.
Plus, you could see the fucking thing moving across the sky as the day happens.
Yeah.
But they'll explain that as it moves around us, like we're stationary and it's going like just like back and forth. And you know what? I don't have patience. If I ever met somebody that was if I have a friend, see, I will never defriend or not stop speaking to somebody for like political beliefs or religious beliefs or anything like that. But I can tell you right now, if one of my friends came up to me and was like, so I've been reading up on this flat earth stuff and I kind of believe it, I'm going to stop talking to him. Because
same here, man. Same here. It's be like, you know what? You go live in your bunker with your tinfoil hat and your MREs. Go have fun.
Listen,
I'm of the opinion.
I don't care what anybody says. It is one of the dumbest yet funniest things. It's the perfect combination of dumb and funny. But the only thing I'm still like upset about when it comes to that flat earthers being ostracized is they fucking took Tila Tequila's Twitter account away because she was a flat earther, and that shit was so funny because people knew that she was dumb, but you couldn't help but laugh along because it was so fucking like you know people are like some people are so dumb like you're not even really mad at them because you're just like you wouldn't be able to wrestle your way out of a paper bag, so I can't be angry at you for being so dumb. And Tila Tequila was like that. And it saddens me to this day that poor, dumb, Nazi-supporting flat earther doesn't have a Twitter account. And it makes me so sad.
Well, I mean, and the fact that they took away her Twitter is because, like, you know, she said some flat earth stuff, or maybe with some other things as well. But it's like
the Nazi thing for sure.
I was gonna say, if she's a Nazi supporter, I'm thinking that's probably what did.
Okay, all right, yeah, because like I did not know why they took it away. If it's not, if it was not something.
You're Chinese and Vietnamese. They really hate you.
Yeah. Say, while I'm okay with political ideologies, Nazism is not one of them. That's one of those. That's one of those that there's no.
And she seems
positive whatsoever to say I'm a Nazi. There's nothing about that positive.
God, and she seems like the kind of person who's like trying to be really, really hard trying to be famous for a really long time because she's done porn, she's tried to sing, she's been in reality shows, she's done other shit. In
other words, she was the original Mia Khalifa.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or is Mia Khalifa the next Tila Tequila?
Yeah, but one has giant fake tits and the other one's just a loser. So
it's true, and one has a fatwa against her and the other one doesn't.
One has a what?
Wait, there's a holy war against Mia Khalifa?
Yeah, because you didn't hear about that, about the conspiracy against Mia Khalifa, like on her Pornhub, like why her like approval ratings and like the ratings on her videos are not real high. They're always in like the 60 and 70%. Is that like there was a call to arms in the Muslim community to go and fucking downvote all her shit.
Well, maybe it's because she's really shitty at her job.
Well, I mean, that's probably it.
She can't right.
In terms of like porn stars that are actively entertaining, there's a reason I've watched one of her videos and just said no more.
Oh yeah,
and it wasn't her fucking eyebrows.
She's horrible.
It was that weird kind of mustache she has above her lip.
I just find it funny that she's Muslim, and again that's fine. It's just funny because I want to say it's like I can't remember where she's from. It's Jordan or something. But anyway, like so, she's not officially not allowed to go back, but obviously she can't. Like her family and shit have issues going over there. And I can't remember which country it is, but whatever country that her heritage is from, it's like one of the highest users of porn.
Oh yeah.
And that shit, I'm just like. That just goes to show you about people that are wound so tight over certain things. And it's like, you motherfuckers are mad at her, but right after you get done downvoting her on Pornhub and shit, you're going to pull up bigbootybitches.com and you're going to beat the shit out of your monkey. And it's
is that really a website?
the most repressed people are usually the most degenerate.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all those like fucking Bible banging preachers that are like, we hate the queers, and then it turns out they like get busted in
their cars.
Yeah, they get busted like picking up dudes at truck stops. It's like, oh come on.
No. It's either they get busted picking up dudes at truck stops, or they get busted with like a fucking like dungeon full of kids that they're trying to fuck. Like that's another thing as well. So that's it's always them. And I never trust those fucking people. Fuck them.
Somebody that's like vehemently outspoken against something, I'm always like,
Yeah, they're like, sex is wrong unless you've married the woman. And it's like, you have fucked so many hookers, and you and I both know that now. So
there are so many dead hookers in your backyard. It is ridiculous.
Why does
How do you think Billy Graham
first names?
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. All of them know you by first name. They bought new cars with the amount of money that you've given the motherfuckers.
Jeez.
Nah, it's a weird time to be alive. I can't believe that we just spent 20 minutes talking about flat earthers and those people believe
large-chested Arabian women.
Yeah, I don't get it. She's completely shaved, yet she has a mustache. I don't get the fucking, like, you'll work so hard for your downstairs bits, but on the face, the part that all the fucking movies start out with, your fucking face. We have to see, like,
electrolysis. You live in LA, like, get that shit done.
Having a beard is very important to their culture. So that's all I'm going to say on that subject.
Yeah, you seem like the expert, Mark. So I'll let you have the last word.
Anyway, how's your sex life?
Not as good as the next two men featured in a story that I almost said customer, but a listener was very interested in hearing us talk about. So I will read this verbatim, and I just want you guys to go ahead and talk. And then we can guess the state afterwards. I won't say the state, but we can play guess.
Play that game again. All right.
Yeah. So two men are accused of breaking into their ex-boyfriend's home and using ragu sauce to try and burn it down.
Wait, what?
Okay, yeah. Derek Irving, 36, and John Silva, 28. So they are totally cool with, interracialness. So good for them. Were arrested March 13th. That's because I'm looking at their pictures. After allegedly breaking into the home and stealing several items, including a flat screen television, window AC unit, and vacuum, because, those are important. The victim called 911 after being alerted by security cameras of motion being detected in the house. He said a towel had been placed over one of the cameras. Arriving deputies saw a red SUV leaving the area and conducted a stop. The two men inside the vehicle, later identified as Irving Silva, said they were just picking up clothes from the home. The victim told WKMC that Irving was wearing a bull costume. The plot thickens.
What?
He's wearing a bull costume?
Yeah, like a bull, horns,
No, but like, okay, but like, was it one of those really shitty inflatable ones, or was it like just a regular like bull costume?
It doesn't say.
These are the things we need to know. God damn it, we need the details.
Good reporting.
I think that detail is secondary in this story. The men initially denied the burglary, but when authorities went to the home, they found a burning pot of ragu sauce and a washcloth near the stove's burner, which appeared to be in an effort to start a fire. He was trying to make it look like I left the stove on, but who gets up at 2 a.m. and fixes sketty? I'm not pronouncing that wrong. That's what the victim actually was quoted as saying, sketty. Both were charged with unarmed burglary, grand theft, and arson. They're being held on $25,000 bond. While Irving is behind bars with no bond.
Every sentence made me more and more confused.
I'm going to go ahead and say Florida. I'm going to guess
Florida.
All right.
Just when I thought the show couldn't get any dumber.
Were they both fucking the guy, and then they were mad, and then they're like, let's go rob him, but burn his house down in the weirdest. Good thing I brought ragu sauce, and
it doesn't say, but it's one of those things that they could either have both. Maybe it was a love triangle gone wrong, like. The one dude was banging the dude, and they were, lovers, and then this other dude was lovers with that guy, and they were unknown to each other, and they kind of, like, crossed paths and found out, hey, we're both fucking the same guy. Well, fuck him. Let's go burn his house down while you're wearing a bull costume. I mean...
Well, what's a bull costume?
We'll burn his house down after I get off of work from his birthday party.
Yeah, but maybe he's mascot for UCF. They're the Bulls.
God. Honestly, the thing I take away from this story the most is I want to know why the pot of ragu that just seems such like what's the the thought process? Like, all right, we'll make it look like he was cooking spaghetti.
No, sketty. The man was quoted calling it sketty.
He can call it whatever he wants. The sauce. Why? I just don't get were they?
Funny. They even put the fucking noodles in there.
It's like I don't know. I'm guessing they were just like hey. We're going to burn this fucking house down, just like, Harold and Kumar burn it. Come on, Pookie, let's burn this motherfucker down. And so they thought, well, we can't just throw some gasoline in here. They'll figure it out. We have to make it look like he was cooking something at 2 a.m. and fucking burn his house down.
They should have pulled a hot fuzz and made beans and bacon.
Yeah,
and gas on. Boom.
I guess it wasn't a gas stove. I don't know. They did not mention that, but there you go.
It probably wasn't. That's why they put the fucking, the cloth on there or whatever, the towel, just to make sure. It's like, oh yeah, it'll burn. It doesn't need to flame. It's fine. It'll just burn. It's like
it'll just get really, really hot, guys.
Yeah, that's how that works.
That's the best thing I've heard on the show all year.
Well, it gets better. I've got another.
Oh
story.
God!
So this is all right. So a man in Romania, Constantine Railu, is dead. He has been declared legally dead, but an appeal was filed against his certificate of death, and they thought they had the best evidence ever to prove that he wasn't dead. He showed up in court to protest the fact that he'd been declared legally dead. So what happened was this man, he left Romania and he went to Turkey to find work because, there wasn't enough work. So he left his wife and his kids for a couple years and was like, I'm going to go work in Turkey. I'll be back, whatever. So when he came back, he found out his wife was shacking up with another dude. And so he did what any guy in that situation would do. He threw them the fuck out, and then he decided, fuck it, I'm going back to Turkey to work. Well, his wife is the one that filed the certificate of death for him because I guess it was easier than getting divorced. And so he was declared legally dead while he was working in Turkey. And then so he came home after 20 years of working there to discover that he had been registered legally as dead. And he appealed the decision saying, I'm not dead, fucking please revoke my certificate of death. I can't get work. I can't do anything because I'm dead. And the court denied his appeal. So he is quoted as saying, I'm officially dead, although I'm alive. I have no income. And because I'm listed as dead, I can't do anything. He's been declared legally dead. And it gets worse for the poor man. He tried to go back to Turkey, and they wouldn't let him back in because he's dead. And so he's banned from Turkey for life, which is weird. He's banned for life, but he's technically dead from returning to Turkey. And he's appealed that decision as well. No word on what's going on with any of that stuff. Like the Romanian government or court system is like, nope, you're dead, but he's alive. And Turkey won't let him back in because he was living and working there while being declared legally dead in Romania. There's all sorts of bad things for this poor guy.
He needs to take out a fuckload of credit cards. And then when they try to come and collect, I'm dead.
I'm assuming his Romanian equivalent of Social Security number is going to come up not valid because he's dead. It's probably been given to somebody else by this point.
It's like a 6-year-old named Claude or something.
Yeah.
How does a 6-year-old have $400,000 in debt? Well,
it's like here. Once you die, your Social Security number gets recycled. I'm sure they do something like that over there.
Well, I'm sure with all the internet that they'll go back and rescind it, but that's
listen, buddy. He just needs to get into like Bitcoin or something. Just start mining that shit and just start, roaming. Yeah, just start roaming the dark web and like buying weird shit. It's fine.
Honestly,
can't he sue his ex-wife?
I don't know. He should just move to Florida because with his story, he belongs
fit right in.
He belongs there.
Jesus.
All right. So then my last story is my official Jeff story of the week, although there were some other good candidates.
There's more? I love it.
And so we'll play Guess the State on this one again. And I'm just going to read the headline for you before I get into the story. She broke into a car to take a nap, cops say. When a fire started, she couldn't get out. So
Florida!
Holy shit.
What is Florida, Alex?
Yeah, Dolores Graham found herself in quite a predicament last week. And on Saturday night, the 62-year-old woman was locked inside a vehicle at a local used car dealership, Louis Auto Sale. But Graham wasn't looking to buy a car, a gray Nissan Altima. According to the sheriff's office, she had broken into the place because she felt the need to take a nap. So a deputy responded to a 911 call from a witness reporting suspicious activity. Upon arrival, the officer found the defendant locked inside the Nissan, which was for sale on the lot. And according to police, the windshield was smashed and there was smoke inside. Graham reported that she had broken the car to sleep and upon waking had tossed a cigarette underneath the front seat. A small fire had started, but she couldn't get out. She began to smash at the windshield with her hands and feet. According to the report, the glove compartment door was also broken in the fracas. Another officer responded to the scene but was unable to get the unemployed Connecticut native out. That is not the answer to Guess the State. Upon her exit, you can hear her on the video posted to the best Facebook page saying, "I've been stuck in that car all night long." A fire extinguisher was used to put out the fire. She was arrested and taken to jail and charged with burglary of an unoccupied structure and felony criminal mischief. Her bond was set at $7,000.
Oh,
what the
my
fuck?
God.
I'm going to guess West Virginia. That's what I'm guessing.
That is in. All right, so we got West Virginia, which is incorrect.
Okay.
I'll go with Florida.
All right, Florida. Yeah, it's from Florida. It's from the Miami.
God damn it.
Listeners, whenever we play Guess the State, there's only a few correct answers. It'll always either be Florida, California, West Virginia, and Ohio.
Ohio. Yeah.
Because for some
my
reason,
home.
that's where all the fucked up shit happens, is one of those 4 states.
Well, your favorite podcast, listeners, is based out of Ohio, so I apologize on behalf of the entire Buckeye State.
That kind of
No, we're based out of Buffalo, New York.
Oh, yeah, that ain't me. I'm from Buffalo, man.
yeah, jump cables, truck man, the show man.
That's pork. That's definitely pork. I used to be a Muslim, man. Fuck you, man.
hey.
It's based out of Buffalo, but Nick and I live in Niagara Falls. He lives on the American side. I live on the Canadian side. It's fun. We high five each other over the the horseshoe.
Yep, every time, all the time.
And Dion's gonna have sex and finish before his barrel hits the water.
That's right. According to that thing that I came up with drunk that one night, he has to.
Maidenhead of the Mist.
Or he's gonna turn it. He's gonna get kidnapped by Donkey Kong and go on adventures. It was a great story.
But
I hope the latter happens.
Why is Florida so fucked up all the time? Like everything you hear, it's always fucked up. It's always Florida. Like, why is that?
Always Florida, dude. It's always Florida. It's either, like I said, it's always Florida. Florida or California has always got the weird old people, like white trash stuff going on because of the warm weather. West Virginia's just got the regular redneck fucking white trash shit going on. And then for some reason, Ohio gets caught in the crossfire. It's probably all those people going to Florida, West Virginia, or California.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, the hillbillies. So let's talk about a group of people that aren't hillbillies, are fans. So over on the... You know what? I'm going to wait to do the Facebook stuff. First off, we got a great email from Kwame Lewis, who wants to be referred to as the Cynical Knight.
Nice.
Hey guys, I'm using my personal email to get this to you. And no, it's not the mayor of Detroit, Dion.
That's Kwame Kilpatrick, and he's in jail.
Is he still alive? Is he still alive?
I think he's still alive, but he's in jail. I know that.
Maybe we should do a live stream with him. Wait, is Rob Ford the guy that was the mayor of somewhere in Canada that died of crack?
Yeah, he is dead.
That dude lived a fucking cool life.
Yeah. He was the man.
Anyway, if you don't know me, I am the Cynical Knight, one of your patrons, and I just want to say I love your show. The chemistry you guys have and your ability to tell us how it is instead of passive-aggressively defending something, like how I Hate Everything did with The Last Jedi, or be all preachy about some bullshit like how Double Toasted did with Black Panther. By the way, that's why I unsubscribed from their channel. That was my interjection. I feel like this channel suits me with shitting on pop culture, not caring about political correctness, the love for busty women, 80s action films, and more.
Fairly accurate.
I wouldn't have even found out about certain issues if it wasn't for you guys. The Star Wars toy situation, the Last Jedi box office downfall, for example. So thank you for that as well. Honestly, because I can't read, if it weren't for the Ghostbusters 2016, I wouldn't have found your channel, because the first video I saw from you guys was that short Ghostbusters review when Jeff described his love for the first film and then transitioned smoothly into shitting on the new film. That's when I knew this channel was for me. Keep it real, world-class bullshitters. Sincerely, the Cynical Knight. P.S. He wants to tell us that his favorite episodes of the show are either the Fan Appreciation episode from episode 83, the My Immortal trilogy, Chewbacca Eats a Baby, episode 84, the Steve Harvey episode.
People love that episode.
I know, but no one watched it. You know what, listeners? We have 26,000 subscribers. I want that video to jump up by a bunch because everybody seems to love it. I don't even remember it.
It was okay.
And then Hanging with Linkin Park, possibly the darkest episode you guys did.
Great.
Oh my god!
Just check out that one.
And I forgot the exact episode, but the one where Dion went on a tangent about being afraid of horses or something.
Oh my god!
You're gonna have to be more specific. There were several times where Dion went on.
I just don't like them, Cynical Knight.
Well, I can tell you right now, the episode where Dion goes on about the horse is episode number 109, Super Bowl trailer hangover, because it's in the description. Yeah. Anyway, he also wanted to tell us that as for video-wise, his favorite videos are either 5 things everyone gets wrong about Spider-Man, It Comes at Night is the worst movie ever, The Force Awakens review, it's a world-class bullshitters classic.
Oh, yeah.
How to Cook a Porg, because I loved that one. Thank you for watching.
God damn it, dude.
Porg.
There was so much work in that fucking
about,
episode, in that fucking video.
I was thinking about re-uploading it just so more people will fucking watch it.
I can repost it, man. It's fine. I can repost it if we need to.
We need to.
And finally, are politics ruining entertainment? And then he said, and then he has questions for us. If you had to choose, which MCU film do you guys think is the worst out of all of them? Dion?
Ooh, MCU. Oh, I'd have to go with Homecoming, hands down, no fucking question. I don't even need a gun in the back of my head. I'll take the gun and shoot myself if I have to watch the movie again.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because it's exactly what he said. Kendo, what's your least favorite?
Spoiler alert to the list I've got of all my movies ranked for when we do it. But yeah, Homecoming, that's the very bottom of the list.
Nick?
It's got to be probably Thor 2.
Oh, fuck you.
Didn't like it. Just fucking hate it. And then on top of that is Homecoming.
Yeah.
And then I guess for me, I'll go with Iron Man 2.
I knew it.
I don't know. I don't ever want to watch that again, but then I'm going to watch it again in a couple weeks, so I might not hate it. But man, fuck Spider-Man Homecoming. I just want that movie to disappear from existence. I fucking hate that movie.
He really had to do a separate episode on why because I saw it after you guys, and I was just like, this fucking movie. God damn it. Not only that, it wasted the opportunity for Michael Keaton, for Spider-Man to be like, who are you? I'm Vulture.
You love that joke way too much, dude.
I will ride that joke to the fucking Armageddon gate, son.
On a horse?
Fuck you.
Segue, it's fine.
And then here's a question he had. This might be a tough one, but who would make it out alive in a battle royale type situation? John Wick, Indiana Jones, John McClane, John Rambo, Dutch, Snake Plissken, or James Bond?
Holy shit!
Yeah, dude, this guy is awesome.
Oh my god! Hold on. Like, name them again really slowly.
John Wick, Indiana Jones, John McClane, John Rambo, Dutch from Predator, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, Snake Plissken, or James Bond 007.
All right. He's dead immediately because he has a gun and like a whip, so he's gone. Let's see.
I think I gotta go with John Rambo on this one.
Which incarnation of James Bond are we talking about?
It doesn't say. You get to pick.
I'm still gonna go with John Wick.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I think the final Royal Rumble 3 are John Wick, Dutch, and Rambo. But I gotta go with Rambo. Wins the fucking Royal Rumble of this.
Dude, McClane, I hate to say it, McClane is the first one out.
McClane and Indiana Jones are like the first two out. Has to be.
Yeah,
I say James Bond can make it further than Snake Plissken.
Yeah,
because he's not. Yeah, he's just like he's just really a tough guy. Like,
personally, if there are weapons involved, John Wick smokes everybody in the first round because no one can shoot a gun like that.
Yeah, dude, did you see that documentary? Both parts. God, he was whooping people's asses.
But all joking aside, if it's an actual physical fight, like just with not weapons, like you can use like other shit that's not non-projectile weapons. I think Dutch is going to beat everybody if it's an actual fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it definitely comes down to Dutch and Rambo for sure. But I just think Rambo, because they're both into survivalists. They're both crazy awesome with knives. God damn it, Cynical. That's a great question. I'll stick with Rambo specifically because.
Dude, Rambo's gonna have like a PTSD triggering attack and just go nuts and like.
There you go. Like one.
No, because his PTSD triggering attack, he killed a whole fucking village of people.
Yeah, but we don't know which Rambo this is, so he might just cry and wait for Colonel Troutman to come get him at the police station.
True.
That's after he destroyed the entire town.
Yeah. We don't know which Rambo.
Is Brian Dennehy the referee? Because that could make a whole lot of.
Carl Weathers is the referee.
Carl Weathers is the referee.
I say Brian Dennehy had a heart attack in 1995 at his own wedding. So.
Oh my God! What?
Oh yeah, dude, I saw that. He died from a heart attack, and his son took over the company business. It was sad.
Yeah, brake pads were their future. Really? Thankfully, so was his son. Yeah, dude, this email was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, we got a couple questions from the fans over on our community tab on YouTube. And most of them are about Kathleen Kennedy. So let's guys, when I post these from now on, ask me other shit besides Kathleen Kennedy questions.
Yeah, can we please have something besides Star Wars? That's all we ask for.
Our feelings towards Star Wars and Kathleen Kennedy are very well known by now.
I thought you guys loved us. Why would you put us through this?
Well, don't worry. There are some good questions, but first we'll start out with who's flatter, Ray's boobs or Rose's face?
Damn.
I know, right? That comes from Lowkey07.
Ray's boobs.
I see the disappointment that came with Ray's boobs.
Ray's boobs, because, I mean, yeah, Ray's boobs.
Would you sleep with Kathleen Kennedy and toss her salad?
No.
If upon completion, I think you meant to say completion, he said compilation. Upon completion of this, The Last Jedi is erased from history. You retained the memories of Johnson's farce until the new episode 8 is completed.
No.
You also choose the new director and scriptwriter.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have no problem being Wolverine at the end of Days of Future Past to make that happen. I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, she seems like a clean person, so yeah. If
Well,
it was
she's
like
rich, she's not like.
if it was Roseanne with all those hemorrhoids, I'd say no. But Kathleen Kennedy, yeah. That, by the way, came from Snarky McSnarkface. Here's one for all of us, because we're going to WrestleMania in a couple days, from Thai TV. Who's worse, Ray or Roman Reigns?
Roman Reigns.
I'd have to go with Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns, because at least with Ray, I don't ever have to watch her movies again. But Roman Reigns,
You have to watch his WrestleMania match.
I still have to watch his. No, I'm on record. If that goes on last, I told Jeff, I was like, I'm leaving. I will wait for you guys outside, or I will go post up in a bar someplace and say, here's where I'm at, because I'm not fucking watching that shit.
You're watching.
All right, I'll hold you to it, bud.
Yeah, Dion, you made us wait in Texas, and then we spent 2 hours trying to get out of the parking lot, so yeah, fuck you. Dan and I wanted to leave. Oh, no, man, this match is going to be pretty good. Roman Reigns versus Triple H?
No one is.
You got duped?
Roman Reigns match is going to be pretty good, said no one ever except John Green.
I will admit that I was wrong on that. I'll admit it.
That's it. That's the end of it. There we go. There's nothing left to say.
In my defense, I was like, okay. If there's a chance, this is it. I was fucking wrong. Okay, I was wrong.
And you think that Bork Lesnar and Roman Reigns is going to be better?
No, I'm just saying you have to watch it because I want to watch that match get booed. So I want to watch the WrestleMania main event get booed to shit.
I've already seen that on TV. I don't need to be a part of it. I'm going to go wait in the parking lot and drink.
I'll be there.
Anyway, next question.
We lost.
Does Kathleen Kennedy secretly have a penis? I hope not, if we're going to sleep with her to save Star Wars.
Yeah. That's counterproductive.
That came from MCT Fly. Okay, this one comes from SNC2319. What to follow since Star Wars sucks ass now? Easy, world-class bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture.
There you go.
.com.
Well, literally every other question is Star Wars, Disney, Kathleen Kennedy. I'm just gonna, you know what? Here's a good one. This is a good one, and this comes from Acid Blade 21. Do any of you guys plan on pre-ordering the Keanu Reeves John Wick action figure produced by Medicom for their Mafex line? I pre-ordered it over a site called HobbyLink Japan. They must have used the life-size skull for Keanu Reeves because the figure looks just like him. I went to Big Bad Toy Store to buy it. I saw it was $90, so I waited because I'm going on vacation. But I do plan on buying it because it looks incredible.
Yeah, that's probably going to be my big toy purchase this year because I really love that series and he's fucking amazing and I will gladly buy that. That thing looks awesome.
Oh yeah. Jeff showed us the figure. I think like the episode right before we started doing Bullshitters After Dark, and it looks amazing. And yes, I'm probably gonna buy it. Yeah, after we get that.
You know, Dion, I would never try to get you to buy something from the Star Wars prequels, but today they just announced a Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan Kenobi 1/6 scale figure, and it's so realistic that it's scary. I'm going to send this to you as we close out the episode while the music plays. So, folks, this has been episode 116 of World Class
damn.
Bullshitters. Every Thursday night, yeah, Dion, it is good. We take a dump on the world of pop culture. If you're a fan of this channel, make sure you're over on our Facebook page. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and join our Patreon page. $1 a month goes a long way. $5 a month equals 17 cents a day, and it goes even further. If you liked all the stuff we've done, it's been because of people like the patrons who've helped us grow and expand our business. So, thank you very much to all of you. And if you can't afford to do it, not a problem. Just watch our videos and tell everyone about World Class Bullshitters, your favorite podcast. Do you guys have anything you'd like to say before we put this baby to bed?
Yes. Bye, Frankenthug.
Yeah.
Dion, have you bought your copy yet?
Yes.
Good.
Bought it Monday, I think.
All right, then.
I have a dilemma. It's either buy Frankenthug or buy that John Wick figure. So, listeners, what should I do? No, I'm just joking. I will be. I'll support it. I support you, man. You are my friend. So
Damn right. Yeah, thank you.
you also are my rose. So
Calm
just
yourself.
fucking deal
Calm
with
yourself.
Speaking of that, I will be going and seeing the part 1 of the Best Friends Fiends movie starring Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero tomorrow night. So if anyone's interested in hearing about it or getting a review or something of that nature, just let me know. I would gladly type one up in the Facebook group.
Kendo's reviews. He watches it because you don't have access to it.
That's right. It's only in theaters tonight or tomorrow night and Monday night, and then part 2 comes out a few months later.
I hate to break it to you, but I'm choosing Ready Player One over Tommy Wiseau.
It's fine. I would never do such a thing.
About
but okay.
I would because he made one. He made one truly. I put it like this. Tommy Wiseau made The Room, and it's so bad it's good. Everything else he's done is like Samurai Cop 2, trying to regain that terribleness, and it's just not that good.
It might be. You haven't seen it. Just wait. Who knows? I could be messaging you tomorrow night, being like, dude, this is fucking amazing.
No. If you're going to message us and be like, this is a mistake.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
guys, I've gotten in over my head.
I'll be fine.
I forgot to hail Thud, and now
That's
I'm
right.
stuck
Hail
watching
Thud.
this piece of shit.
Hail Flood, by the way.
All right. Well, I've been your host, Jeff Hicks.
I'm the man, the plan, the original Tan, and Star Wars saving fucking kind of man, Dion.
Yeah, we are fucking her to save all of our friends' favorite franchise. So you can send your checks to worldclassbs@mail.com, and in the fucking byline, just be like, "Thank you."
.com.